What's up, boys? It's your boy Hard Barb, and we are back with another video, and we are doing NFL podcast or NBA podcast? No.
NFL podcast episode 2, part 1.
Okay, so we're doing NFL podcast part 2, like he said, and we have me, Hard Barb editor.
Oh no! I thought he was about
second
to get kicked out of Zoom again. I thought he was about to log out.
Oh, let's hope nobody gets kicked out of Zoom. LOL. So,
Okay.
do you have any guys have any topics?
Yeah, Sean's got the list.
We're going to start off with divisional round predictions. So we're going to start off with the Ravens and the Bills.
Ravens and the Bills, the Bales. And Hard Barb's second editor says Bills because he predicts them to win it all.
I don't know.
Well, Hard Barb, second editor, yeah. Obviously, I pick the Bills because I predict them to win it all this year. The reason why I have the Bills, though, is their defense this year has really stepped up, become very good. Josh Allen has turned into a different animal this year. They just got an all-around team. Stephon Diggs, been amazing. Their running game isn't the best, though, so that might... So against that awesome Ravens defense, I feel like you kind of have to be a two-dimensional team. But I still do have the Bills in this one.
I'm going Bills on this one.
Same.
Because, this is, again, same exact thing. All the Bills need to do is literally score about 22, 23 points. They won the game. Lamar Jackson is really bad. Even though they beat the Titans, they had to score 20. They only scored 20 points. And before that, he scored 16 and then 12. So Lamar Jackson, not good under the lights. So I'm going Bills.
Hard Barb, what's your predictions?
I think Bills. Lamar Jackson can't throw the football. He throws almost worse than freaking Trace McSorley, LOL. And he can only run. He should be a full-time running back and let Trace McSorley start.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so Cleveland versus Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Do we even have to pick this one?
Kansas City, however, I would not be surprised if Cleveland won.
I would be surprised if Cleveland won.
Same.
Is he lagging out?
Yeah, I am.
Who, me?
No, Hard Barb. I think he's lagging out.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
History is history
I can hear you.
repeating itself.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I would not. So as I was saying, and I was watching a little bit the Cowboys versus Packers in 2016, and basically what they said is that the wild card teams are always way more confident and way more ready than the teams off first round buys because they've already played a game, they've already won a game, and they're already hyped up. So I would not be surprised if Cleveland won. However, I'm obviously choosing Kansas City. You can never count on Kansas City. Yeah, I would not be surprised if Cleveland won.
I would be very surprised.
I get that. I still would be very surprised if Cleveland won. Kansas City's got so much talent on that team. When you have Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Tyreek Hill,
Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins.
What'd you call that defense?
Chris Jones.
That defense has talent, but a lot of time execution lacks. And I feel like that's what could happen in this game. The Kansas City defense has a mental lapse. Patrick Mahomes is shut down. That's the only way I can see Cleveland winning. But I obviously got Kansas City.
However, I think Kansas City, and also another thing is Denzel Ward, their best corner, and one of the best corners in the league is on the COVID list.
Yeah.
So,
can we talk about this real quick, though? This doesn't have to do with the NFL. Guys, in case you didn't know, James Harden just joined the Brooklyn Nets. The NBA is officially over. Just had to get that out.
Yeah.
All right, so Bucks versus Saints. Bucks versus Saints.
Okay, Buccaneers versus Saints. I'm actually going to go with the upset. Tom Brady's going to carry Buccaneers.
All right, what you got, Nico?
Nico disconnected. Oh, no, he didn't.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
I was about to say.
This one's gonna be.
I'm going.
This one's gonna be tough. The Saints won both matchups in the regular season, right?
I think they split. No, they split.
split.
I think so.
Okay. If they the second one, I think Tampa Bay won, but Drew Brees was out. Drew Brees is back now, but Tom Brady in the playoffs is a different animal.
Yeah.
I got Bucks in this one, 27-24.
Okay.
I'm going Bucks because everyone always thinks the Saints are going to go to the Super Bowl.
And they never do.
Yeah, exactly. Something bad always happens. So just be out on the lookout for something dumb or something ridiculous to happen, Saints fans and Bucks fans. Just be on the lookout for that.
The Saints fans will find the Saints fans will find another excuse for why they lost again this year.
They lost in overtime.
A fan ran out an imaginary fan ran out to the field, so we lost, guys. Yeah, he was naked too, so we got distracted by him.
All right, Rams versus Packers. Do we even need to talk about the Rams versus Packers?
Rams.
Rams. No.
Wait, are you really picking the Rams?
No, Packers.
Yeah.
Packers.
Imagine the Rams
All
did
right,
actually win.
I got Packers. Devontae Adams on Jalen Ramsey will be a good matchup, though. Devontae Adams, if he gets shut out of this game, watch for an upset by the Rams. But if Devontae Adams can be a factor in this game, I think Packers get this one.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, they do match up really well. And then you also have like another matchup, only it's not going to be as important. Well, it's more of a line matchup. It's Aaron Donald on David Bakhtiari. Be on the lookout for that one too. Who knows? If David Bakhtiari bottles him up, then who knows?
Wait, isn't David Bakhtiari out for the season?
Oh yeah, he's got COVID.
Yeah, he doesn't have COVID. I think he tore his Achilles.
Interesting.
So I think Aaron Donald's going to eat in this game. And if Aaron Donald's getting upwards of 2 sacks, and also if Devontae Adams isn't a factor, the Rams could pull this one out.
Honestly, this is a very, very
But who do you guys
matchup,
predict to
although
win?
it does not seem even very even.
Do y'all predict Packers to win?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the next team?
Cowboys hire Dan Quinn for defensive coordinator.
I don't like that move.
This is sick. I think that's a great move. Dan Quinn as a head coach, not it. Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator, I think he will be a pretty good defensive coordinator for you guys. Now you guys have just got to stack up on defense in the draft. Some D-linemen, some
Surtain.
players in the secondary.
Surtain.
Maybe a linebacker because Jalen Smith is showing more and more that he struggles with lateral movement because of course, his Achilles injury. And I don't think he ever fully recovered from that. But your number one needs are in the secondary and the defensive line. So I feel like if you guys can get that with a good defensive coordinator and Dak back, you guys could win the division next year. The one thing that will stop you guys from not winning the division is Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, the Cowboys did hire Dan Quinn. And a fun fact about Dan Quinn, he was the defensive coordinator of the Legion of Boom. That is correct. And we also,
Legion of Boom?
The 2014 Great Seahawks defense.
Yeah, the one that was one of the best ever.
I still have
Just hard hitting, one of the hardest hitting defenses ever.
Who was on that team?
And he was the defense coordinator of that.
Who's on that team?
And then it was Seahawks. Bobby Wagner,
Earl Thomas.
It just keeps going
Richard
on.
Sherman.
Oh, Cam Chancellor.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that team.
Just like there's so many.
Cam Chancellor, yeah.
I remember that.
Thomas. But then, as I was saying, we also Nico was also talking about secondary. We also got a new secondary coach. I think we do need to build up on the secondary draft, and we could become a very lethal team if we just work on secondary. D
line too.
Yeah.
Offense doesn't really need.
I think Diggs has a bunch of potential. Trevon Diggs to be an absolute stud.
He started off the season rough. He needs to correct some of his technique. He relies a lot on raw ability, like skill. If he can get a little bit of technique, like a little bit better technique, I feel like he can be good.
Yeah, like don't let DK Metcalf burn you and then have to force a fumble like 2 seconds later.
That dude, DK Metcalf's just a different animal. He has like a 16-pack.
Yeah, but like don't let DK Metcalf burn you and then rely on you trying to force a fumble because of DK Metcalf showboating.
Sure.
Grady, what are your thoughts on that?
I didn't know Dan Quinn was a good defensive coordinator. So I just as him as a head coach, he looked awful. And the Falcons never had a good defense. So that's why I thought that. And I don't know anything about our secondary coach. No, absolutely nothing. And yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, guys, Mr. Hard Barb is more of a soccer and basketball guy. Football's kind of his third most knowledgeable sport, so don't criticize him.
Yeah, all right. So
The editor,
so we're gonna see like
this
how
guy knows everything. Kind of.
Yeah, Hard Barb editor's life is football.
Literally, he would have
So I
an
was saying
A.
we're gonna look up on
Okay,
how
he would have A+ in the AFC South and A+ in every division. Like knowledgeable. If school was football knowledge, he would have an A+ in everything.
I mean, I would probably have an A or an A+ too.
I would have like a B and an A.
Yeah. But
And then a B.
so now we're gonna look up on how the Titans, Seahawks, Colts, Steelers, and Bears can become Super Bowl contenders. So the Titans,
They're really
They're-
close.
Wait. Let me say one thing before we say any of this. The Bears cannot become a Super Bowl contender
Yes!
until they
All
get
right,
rid of
other
Mitch
questions.
Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky is so bad. They just have Nick Foles sitting on the bench, twiddling his thumbs, while Mitch Trubisky is out here sucking and being Mitch Trubisky. Why is he still starting?
They have Nick Foles, who was a part of one of the greatest plays of all time and won a Super Bowl. Like, and then he's over here like on the bench,
Going like
how
this.
do you waste that?
What?
And he's
Let's
doing
just all
this.
agree. We can all agree. All the Bears need is a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I think they need a little bit more, but a quarterback will
Wide receivers.
take them to the next step of maybe getting to like the divisional round. They have Allen Robinson, but I feel like they need more receivers on top of him too.
Maybe a Marvin Jones or
Allen Robinson out of his prime.
How old? He's like 28. I remember at Penn State, one of my favorite Penn State players ever.
Allen Robinson out of his prime. Like he was really good with the Jaguars, but at the same time the Jaguars were also really bad. And then when he was in Chicago, I mean he was alright in 2018, and then he just started dipping.
He was really good this year.
Let's see his stats.
He played awesome this year, Allen Robinson.
second
And
editor
Allen
worse
Robinson's
than
not
editor.
Anyways, Allen Robinson is demanding a trade, so they won't have him anymore, so they really need a receiver. He's only 27 years old, so.
What about the Titans? What do y'all think about the Titans? I think the Titans, they have a lot of potential.
Maybe a
They
wide
just had
receiver.
to put up more points than Lamar Jackson in the wild card, which is not that big of a feat to do. But honestly, I think their main weakness, they just need wide receivers. I mean,
A.J. Brown's pretty good.
besides A.J. Brown, like they still need like another decent wide receiver, you know?
Yeah.
And then
they
they
need-
also maybe need, I think,
A running back.
D-line.
A running back.
Yeah.
Do you know a dude named Derrick Henry?
Yeah, the funniest thing
I
is,
was
the funny
playing.
thing is, when we were talking about our predictions, when you look back at our predictions, we were like, the Raven,
Yeah.
Derrick Henry always runs all over the guy. Derrick Henry only had 40 yards. Titans somehow be able to bottle up Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson had like 160 rushing yards and a touchdown. I'm like,
Yeah.
literally the exact opposite of what we said.
He
happened.
probably had more rushing yards than actual passing.
100% probably did.
Because he's a full-time running back.
Lamar Jackson can't throw.
Yeah.
He's almost worse than Trace McSorley
Seahawks.
at throwing.
Hey,
what
Trace
about the
McSorley
Seahawks?
did come in and throw that 70-yard touchdown. It's kind of fired
Exactly.
up. Oh, the Seahawks? What they need is for Russell Wilson to stop choking. He starts off the year, first, 6 games, every last 3 years, looked like the MVP, no doubt. And then after that, just sucked. Choke after choke after choke after choke with Russell Wilson.
Yeah, like Russell Wilson, they were 8th in offense that year and 15th in defense. I think they have a lot of decent talent at defense too.
Yeah.
Like Jamal Adams and Bobby Wagner is not going to usually get you 15th play best defense, and they had that. And they also fired their offensive corner, so maybe that could also help them.
Mm-hmm. Pete Carroll's a good coach, so that they're not missing really coaching.
Offensive coordinator, though.
Wait, Hard Barb, what do you think? Hard Barb, what do you think?
I think that I agree with Russell Wilson choking because my dad is like, bro, Russell Wilson is the best quarterback in the league. He was literally number one fantasy for about 10 weeks, probably. Kyler Murray stole it from him. Kyler Murray.
Yes.
I think Wilson was still like second or third. I think Wilson was still second or third.
Yeah, that's just because he started off first half of the season like some of the best numbers we've seen in a long time, and then the second half of the season, like
He looks like
bad numbers. So he finished off the season with like looks like good numbers, but you can't just only play one half of the season and be considered a top.
Wilson probably would have been like fifth. Wilson would have probably been like the fifth best fantasy quarterback if Dak didn't get injured, because I think Dak was the best when he was healthy.
Of course you do.
And then the Colts.
I think the best fantasy quarterback is Murray.
Offense, 10th best defense.
Colts need
I
wide
think
receivers.
You've literally said that for every team. The Colts need
T.Y.
offense.
Hilton's getting old.
Yeah, exactly. You're
that
saying they
defense-
need offense, which is wide receivers.
That defense
Good.
is very good most of the time, but some games they're inconsistent. I feel like they have an amazing offensive line, always hold it down. They need some running backs, wide receivers.
Wide
Phillip
receivers.
Rivers is getting old, and also a choke artist in the playoffs. And their coach Frank Reich, an amazing coach.
Okay. I don't even know who that is.
All right.
He's
All right,
he was the Eagles' offensive coordinator in 2017 when we won the Super Bowl, and when Wentz was playing like an MVP. Once we lost him, Wentz started slowly going a little bit downhill.
No, Wentz is bad now. All right, next one.
He's probably the worst quarterback in the
Steelers.
NFL.
The team that decided to go 11-0 in the first 11 games and decided to be 1-0 in the
They
next.
suck. Just had to get that out of me.
I think if they have good consistency, they're a Super Bowl team. I'm sorry.
They need
No,
running
they're
back.
not. They don't have that. They're not
They need
good
running
enough. And
They need running
back.
I think their downfall was
Confident.
just starting 11-0. I feel like they got too confident in themselves and then just sucked.
Yeah,
And Juju Smith-Schuster, Juju Smith-Schuster needs to stop doing TikTok dances on logos. It's causing them problems.
So you're just like, yeah, I'm dancing. We're
He's
chill.
gonna
We're
do
11-0.
Renegade
And he
next.
does like the same one every time.
What
he
is
does
it?
the Corvette every time.
Exactly, like Juju's like over here, like dancing on the logo, like on the Bills logo, proceeds to lose to the Bills. Dancing on the
Oh, we're so good.
proceeds to lose to the football team.
Corvette.
Did Hard Barb disconnect?
No. I'm here.
He keeps like kind of freezing, and it looks like he's about to disconnect, but he
Same.
doesn't.
Same with y'all.
All right, next.
I think it's because of your internet.
We got
Okay, next up, Eagles fire Doug Peterson.
Yeah.
No.
No.
So guys, this is actually gonna have to end. I'm sorry. We'll do part 2. Wait, guys. This is gonna have to end.
I think Doug Peterson was half the problem.
Guys, this is gonna have to end.
Still have-
My dad is here.